What is going on YouTube? My name is Brian from NY Blade EDC, and today I have a different kind of video for you. Well, not really different, but I haven't done one of these in a while, and I feel like my collection has changed, so I'm going to do an EDC collection update for you. I'm going to do some pens, some lights, my Edc Fixed Blades, and then I'm going to go into my folders, the good stuff, the fun stuff, what you guys are probably here for. So I'll bust through these first things real quick. We got my tactile turn titanium pen, bolt action with the Damascus bolt right there. My name engraved on the clip so no one steals it. Great pen, love this pen, use it all the time. It's my favorite pen. I only have two that I carry quite often, but that one's definitely my favorite. Next, we have the Urban Survival Gear Tie Scribe, full length. This has a customized orange peel done to it, and then it's anodized. I did not do that. I got this pen as is via a trade. A little beat up, but definitely a good pen. Takes the Pilot G2, the same as this one. My favorite filler, so can't complain about them too much. So moving on, we have my Edc Fixed Blades. This is my BGM Mini Bowie in Z-Wear with a hollow grind and G10 layered green and black G10. Love this knife. When I first got it, it was obviously the only small fixed blade that I had, but I carried it constantly. I still do. It's actually in my belt right now. Love this knife. The Z-Wear on this thing is impeccable. I think he runs it at 62 to 63 HRC, which is great. It's easy enough to sharpen. Takes a nice fine edge. Came sharp, but I put my own edge on it and have zero complaints. All right, next up I have my Steingraber Performance Knives, or SPK for short, Shark. As you can see, he's got a cool little engraving there, and those grind lines are beautiful. He hand grinds these things. They're like 10 thou behind the edge, even I think a little less. He says some of them can get down to like 9 thou behind the edge, but hand sharpened, sharpest knife I have out of the box. Love the ergos on this thing. Got a full grip on it. Sharp knife, very thin, slicey. Did I mention that it is in CPM 4V, my favorite steel? So this knife was actually a impulse buy. I was on one of his lives, trying not to click while I'm talking, and he says he had a few of these left. As you can see, it's on a tech lock. I forgot to mention that. And he says if anybody wants them, claim them. 2 of them went immediately. I said, shit, I might as well hop on that. I've wanted 4V Shark for a while, and it showed up in the mail a few days later. I love it. This one is not really an EDC, but it's a fixed blade. It's in my collection. It's my design that John made for me. It is a food prep knife. Got a sheep's foot blade. Pinch grip is the best way to hold this knife. Does great. It's got a beautiful hollow grind. It's a really fat blade, really fat, but it comes down really thin behind the edge. I forgot how thin, but this is in a, I forgot the name of the steel. Nitro V. This is a Nitro V. Completely forgot, but it comes in this nice Kydex sheath. I use it for food prep. Cuts up chicken, very nice. Steak pieces, all sorts of stuff. So fixed blades are done. Let's move into flashlights. So start off with the biggest one. Here's my drunk purchase of the year, the Olight Warrior X Turbo. This thing is a powerhouse for how small this light is. Relatively small, we'll put it that way. It's a handheld light. The bell is pretty big. It's not a pocket light by any means, but this thing is a powerhouse. It throws a mile. It's pretty bright. It's got 2 modes, which, I mean, that's low, and there's high, and that just burned my hand, even holding it away that far. But love this light. I almost said knife. It's in gunmetal gray, limited edition color. Doesn't make a difference, but I like it. So next up is the Olight Baton Pro Titanium. This is hands down my favorite pocket light. Love this light, love the beam pattern. The power is great, the run time is great. The titanium is a light version, even though aluminum is light too. This is a little heavier than the aluminum, but it definitely has a cooler look to it. It's got that nice gold. But love this light. Carry it quite often. Moving on here. My recent headlight purchase, the Olight Perun 2. As you guys can tell, I like Olights. They're the only flashlights I actually buy. There's no reason. I just really like their stuff. And they do some good deals. So I purchased this in the Black Friday thing. I needed a headlamp. I needed one that was big, had a lot of power. This one's got 2500 lumens. It's turbo mode. It's got a lot of modes, and it's even got a SOS mode. Let's turn that off. I don't want to give any of you a seizure. I love the feature of the sensor. When you get too close to things, it dims it. So great light. I have to use it more. So far, my use with it is zero complaints. It's a little wobbly on the headband. I might just need to tighten my headband up, but other than that, it's a great light. Not many people can say they have almost no complaints about anything. But yeah, it's a good light. So here is my S2r Baton 2 copper. This I keep in my bag. It's just because it's a nice medium-sized light. It's got a fairly decent-sized battery. Holds a charge for a while. Got good power, good beam range and everything. So this is my good all-around light. I like to keep it in my bag. The copper's a little heavy for the pocket, but that's not a big concern for me because it's in my EDC bag. So another step down here, we have the Olight S2r Baton 2. This is the limited edition from Christmas last year, or Christmas time, I should say. I bought two of these, one for me, one for my girlfriend. She was going to school in a area that wasn't very safe, so at night when she had to walk to and from her car, I got her this light, mainly for the strobe feature that I couldn't turn off for a second, and really scare people off, but also just to see in general. Find her car keys if she needs to in her bag, blah blah blah. So I like this light. This is actually the light I recommend, not necessarily this color, but the model itself I recommend to people when they say they need a small rechargeable flashlight, because one, it's small, it's bright, and it recharges just what they want. So that's a recommendation I give to people. Now this is the I5t Eos. This is the bigger brother to the i3t, which I have two of, which I'll show you next. It's not much brighter, but it runs a lot longer because it runs off a AA versus a AAA. So this is definitely not any brighter by any means. It's like not even noticeable by human eye detection, but the pattern, the beam is a little wider, slightly wider, and it does go slightly farther. I wouldn't say it's much of an upgrade, but it does run longer. That's definitely a fact. It does have two modes, soft click and hard click. That might be running a little low on battery. I use that one quite often because I actually keep it on my strap on my bag for hands-free lighting. So I'll show you these two at the same time. These are both the i3t. They're the smaller brother to the i5t. Two modes, as you can see. Love these lights. This one has no clip because I took it off, so I can actually toss it in my pocket completely. I might do the same with this one because, to be honest, I had this in my pocket actually yesterday, and somehow it got clicked onto the high mode, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, my leg is itching, and I just happened to reach down and feel, and this one was on fire in my pocket. It was hot as could be, barely could touch it with my hand, pulled it out, unscrewed it, took the battery out, let it cool off, and it's fine. Didn't fry nothing, still works great. But love these lights, and this is why I want to put it in my pocket, because I'm a big boy. When I lean over, that pushes on that. So love these lights. Gonna move on here now, onto the folders. So I'm running just under 10 minutes here, so the ones that I have in my previous collection video, I'm just kind of running through them. If I don't remember, then I'll just talk about them. But all right, so I know these are actually repeats. So here's my first Spyderco. This is the PM2 and S110V. Love this knife. I'll never get rid of it. It's going to stay here forever. This is my other PM2, one of the 5 I have. This is my way of commemorating my grandmother, who we lost to cancer back in 05. Loved her dearly. Saw the pink one, had to buy it. I don't carry it because she was a very clean person, so to commemorate her, I keep the knife clean as well. I have carried it, but I won't carry it anymore. M390 DLT Trading exclusive. One of my favorite PM2s and one of my favorite knives in general. Love M390, love the red G10, and it's actually got one of the best actions of my knives in general. So, moving on. This is the CTS 204P, KnifeWorks exclusive with the 4-screen G10. I have a long bronze lynch clip on there. Good friend of mine, gave me a really killer deal on this knife. I was looking for one for a while, and he sold it to me. So that was nice of him to do that for me. I'm trying to grab these in pairs of 2 so I don't have to keep grabbing them. But plain Jane S30V, one of the best actions out of my collection actually as well. Got a nice snappy detent, false shot. So plain Jane. This one I know is a repeat. This is a Christmas gift from my girlfriend last year. Cutlery Shop exclusive HAP40 SUS 410. Put a mustard patina on it. This light is terrible for trying to show. There we go. Love this knife. Carry it quite often. It's one of my user knives that I actually put quite a bit of use on. The HAP40 is a very good steel. It's basically the equivalent of Rex 45, but a Japanese version. So this one I know was in my other video. This is where my love for 4V came. This is a St. Nick's exclusive little native. They need to do more little native runs. I love this knife. I cleaned off the blade so it doesn't look like I use it much, but little scratches on the other side. Love this knife. Love the colors. Love the steel. Everything about it. Fantastic little knife. All right, this is a new one. This is my, I almost said exclusive. This is my Spidey Chef that I bought off Facebook. Got a good deal on it because it's kind of defective. So this is cool. Yes, it's a laser, what do they call these things? I know it's from the Mandalorian, the Mythosaur. That's it. And it's a cool little logo. It's lasered on there. I believe Ben from EDC Gearhouse did it. But here's the problem. This lock bar, it's got immense lock stick because if it doesn't, so if you hear it there, only when it locks out hard is it locked up solid. If I finger roll this out, lock it up, here's the problem. No bueno. So this one I don't carry too often. I don't really trust the lock too much, but when it is finger flicked out like that, it locks up solid. There's no issue. So just got to deal with a major lock stick. So new knife, that wasn't in the last video, I don't believe. So all right, here's another new knife, and actually 2. So here's the DLT Trading exclusive crew wear with the 4-screen FRN. Kind of an impulse buy. Love this knife. The only Delica that I truly liked is this one. I love the colors and I love the steel. So hence why I purchased it on a whim. Carry it fairly often. A little ding on the clip there. But all right. Here is a repeat knife that I've had before, but I had the DLC version. This is the Cutlery Shop exclusive S90V Native 5 lightweight. This knife popped up on my Instagram feed for an amazing price of $100, and I said, no way, can't believe it. I wanted an S90V teal native, but because this is S90V and I don't really care much about color, plus I like orange a lot, I bought it. So fantastic price, can't beat it. So these next 2 I know were repeats. This is my Ontario Rat Model 1 Aus-8 steel from Walmart. I bought like 7 of these and given away 6 of them. People need a knife, I just say, here you go. Here is my Hogue Doug Ritter, basically the Griptilian. This knife started out hot in my collection. I really loved it to begin with, And basically I haven't carried this knife in probably 3 months. It's just sat in my box. I can't stand cleaning axis lock knives, and the thought of cleaning this kind of really killed the knife for me. So this is kind of just sat in my box. I know it's a repeat and I talked a little extra about it, but whatever. Moving on, here we have my ZTs. So here is one I got in a trade. So I actually got this ZT308 customized all like this from the get-go. I did not do any of this work, or I didn't have any of this work done to it. This is how it was traded to me as. This is dyed purple, anodized like a bronzy purple. There's like a 2-layer anodization to it, and obviously acid stone wash and lasering to the blade. That blade pattern kind of was annoying at first when I got it. I've gotten used to it. Kind of looks cool, but I traded my Atom for this thing, and I feel like it was a fair trade for both of us. He got an Atom with a set of scales, additional set of scales, and I got a fully pimped out ZT308. I've wanted one of these. Didn't really care about the color. I like purple, I like blue and all that, but picked this up via trade. Carry it fairly often. Next is my Zt850cf Sprint Run. Love this knife. This was one of those ones that started off really hot in my collection. It was actually a loaner from a friend of mine, and I liked it so much I offered to buy it off of him, and he obliged. And it is one of the smoothest phosphor bronze knives I have. It's a finger guillotine, and it's on washers. I've taken this knife apart and washed it, cleaned it out. I shouldn't say wash it, but cleaned it out, and it is on phosphorus bronze washers. So smooth as butter. Don't carry it often. I think I'll keep it around. I don't think I'm going to sell that one. So, and I do remember, actually, if I was to sell it, it would to be sold back to my friend. So that would be how that would work. Next is the last two of my ZTs. Here is what I like to call the Budget XM18. This is the 562 tie. This has the We the People laser engraved on the blade with the Battle Stars and Stripes on the handle, done by the old Scott Whittington of USA Made Blade. Does fantastic work. Love this knife. Carry it fairly often. I do prefer to carry an actual XM18 over this, but actual using the ergos on this are really good. I love this knife. So I believe this is a repeat. I don't know if I want to talk about it too much, but put that back in the box. And another ZT is my 470. This was inspired by a friend to purchase. Loved it. Kind of reminded me of a CKF switch a little bit, but that marbled carbon fiber is pretty dope. Got a cool action. Nice little slender knife. Not very carried often. So moving on, we have two Chris Reeve knives. This is my small 21 with box elder inlays. This is gonna be my let's call it like a heirloom knife that I'm gonna hand down. This one definitely I do not want to get rid of ever. Love this knife. It's a small little knife. I carry it for dress occasions in the little slip that it comes in. It's just a classy looking knife. So cool little thing. Polished flats and box elder. Next is my large Knife Arts exclusive carbon fiber scale with the bead blasted tie lock, and just love this overall. I believe this is not one I had in my collection last time I did a video, so here it is. I think I picked this up in October, early October. I love the large 21. It's one of my favorite knives, especially this version with the carbon fiber. It's a little lighter, so love this knife. Moving on here, trying to keep the pace going pretty quick. We have my Boker F3. This is the Vox F3 custom turned into a production knife, and it is definitely not my favorite because the quality of it is not too great. So I just don't carry it. It's not a terrible knife. I just don't really care for it too much. The action's not bad on it. It's on Teflon washers, I believe, but it's nice and smooth, but it's just not for me. All right, Kershaw M390 Knockout with the Battle Stars and Stripes. This is a USA made blade exclusive. They might have some left in plain colors. I'm not 100% sure. Love this little thing. My favorite budget blade. I call it a budget blade because it's not too expensive. I think it was like $100 and $103 or something like that. So, assisted M390 aluminum, made in USA. Can't get that from USA made blade and not be made in USA. So, fantastic little knife. This is a freebie, Kershaw CQC7K. A little buddy of mine did a little giveaway. I ended up winning. Sent me this knife. I use this as a beater knife. Use it to shotgun beers. So it's a cool little Tanto. Moving on. This is the Russian Beauty. This is the CKF Gavco Tiger Flipper. This thing, I traded my Hinderer half-track Warnie for this knife. Definitely happy with this trade. Nice, smooth, beautiful looking, sleek knife. Ice blue anodization on the handles. It's got 3 finishes. It's all dirty. Got fingerprints and stuff. It's got grind lines. It's got hand rub satin, and then it's got stone wash all on one blade. It's pretty cool. Love that knife. That was, I believe, an August acquisition. Not 100% sure. Next is the Microtech Socom Elite. This is the M390 Tanto two-tone blade with the champagne gold anodized aluminum. Love this knife. Carry it pretty often. I don't use it too much though. Tanto blades, I don't know why. I carry on days that I know I don't really have much cutting to do. I'm just not a big fan of Tantos for actual work. So, love that knife. Moving on to the old Benchmades, the Buttmades, I like to call them. I don't know why I call them that. It doesn't even really sound cool, but Benchmade is definitely not my favorite. This is my Benchmade 940-1. Got a good deal on it. Put a mini deep carry on it. I just don't carry it that often. It's not my favorite design. It's a little too slender for my hands. A little long for the blade being so slender too. It just looks unproportional, I guess. I always wanted one. Then I got one and I was like, meh, it's all right. A little fuzz on the table there. Now, here's actually one of my favorite Benchmates is the mini bug out. I want to get a full-size bug out again. I used to have one, but this one's pretty cool. Carries nice. Nice small gym short carry kind of knife. This one came with a mini deep carry on it, which is nice. So I didn't have to bug Benchmade to actually get one sent to me. Here is a gift from my girlfriend back in May. She got me this. I believe this is one that I had last video. Mini Griptilian. Does not have a deep carry on it, which kind of irritates me because the clip is almost damn near the same size as the knife. Whatever, moving on. All right, here is a knife that I got to commemorate this garbage year. 2020 limited edition Cadet. The blade, it's got all sorts of little things. I don't really have nails, so I'm not going to bother with trying to open it, all of this. I just got this off DLT Trading. I had points to spend. Actually got this knife for free. I just had to pay shipping. So I think shipping was like $5. So, cool little knife. Keep it in my box. That was one I don't think I had last video. Now, we're in the last 8 here. These are all Hinderers. So, this one, I believe, was not in the last video. This is the Gen 3 Tri-Way version of the Eclipse. This is the Harpoon Tanto. I got orange G10 with the working finish. Got it off Monkey Edge. I was a little late to the party on that. They released, and I was not a huge fan of the Eclipse because I handled the ZT393 or 392, one of the ZT versions of this that wasn't the frame lock, and with the carbon fiber overlays, and I hated it. So I saw this knife and I was like, you know, I'm gonna hold off. Don't really care. But I had a friend who bought one with a black scale and a battle blue anodization, and he came up for a visit, let me play around with it, and I was like, that's much different than the ZT, and definitely more rigid and robust, and I love the ergos compared to the other one. And ended up buying one within a few weeks, which I believe was August or maybe even early September. But this knife, awesome knife. Love the Harpoon Tanto. Wish it was Harpoon Spanto. That would be even cooler. I'm not a really big Tanto fan, as I said, but it is what it is. All right, this one I know was in this last video. This is my DLT Trading exclusive Warney no choil Warncliffe with the black and blue G10 working finish M390. Love this knife. My first XM18. Actually, that's a lie. My first XM18 was a Gen 4 Skinner. And there was actually another one before that. I had the fatty Warncliffe. All right, so the story was I sold my fatty Warncliffe to my buddy. Immediately missed it. Took the money he gave me for that one and bought this one. So, love this knife. Now, this next two actually came in today, hence why I'm doing a video. This is the DLT Trading exclusive Swetch Spear with the JG10 and blue anodization. Love the combo. Not too many people like JG10. I love the Swetch Spear. It's a great user shape. It's pretty useful. It's actually just a spear point, just a different grind on the top, basically. So, very new. Got a little lock stick, little strong of a detent, but they'll break in. Yeah, it's pretty strong. But definitely like this knife. Gonna be a good one. Moving on. There's another XM18. This one came in today as well. This is the DLT Trading exclusive, Jesus. And has no, I have a low battery thing on my phone now. Jesus. I hope that filmed. Oh my God. Hopefully it didn't just cut out, but this is the no choil exclusive Spanto. It's nice and broken in. Oh my God. This thing's beautiful. Got a great deal from a friend. Couldn't pass on it, even though I just bought another Hinderer like 3 days before. This one showed up the same day. So, Spanto, love it. All right, going down in size here, we have the DLT Trading exclusive Swetch Spear, black scale, purple anodization. Love this knife. This is where my love for the Swetch Spear came, was this little guy. Stonewash. Love the purple. Love that high voltage purple. Just looks great. And the 3-inch is definitely a little smaller of a knife, but definitely great for like a lighter use kind of day. Not going to be using it all day. Keep it in the pocket. Going to do what you need to do. Next, this one I know was not in the last video. This is the DLT Trading exclusive Battle Black Slicer with red G10 and brass hardware that I put on it. Also with a flame titanium filler tab and clip. This was a gift to myself for graduating lineman school. I graduated in August. Recently just started a new job. So I'm now in the union. So hopefully more knives to come because of that. But yep, 3-inch slicer. Love this knife. Call it the Iron Man because it's red and bronze color. Here next is another 3-inch. This is the Spanto no choil DLT exclusive. Jeez, I'm having trouble saying exclusive now. Just stonewash orange G10, blue hardware. Came with a knife. Bought off my buddy. Gave me a great deal on this one as well. And last but definitely not least, one of my favorite knives, the Hinderer Fire Attack. This is a working finish. Spear point. Basically, it looks like a spear point. It's not a recurve. It's on Teflon. This is a Gen 1, so no tri-way on this thing. The new tri-way is just released, I think 3-4 days ago, and they sold out in less than like 3 minutes, I think it was. Love this knife. I don't think I'm going to purchase a tri-way because I just love how this one's broken in. It's got a nice edge on it. Buddy put an edge on it when I bought it off of him. Love this knife. But all right, with that being that, I will thank you guys for watching, sticking around for 30 minutes on the dot right now. And I hope you guys leave a like, comment. Hopefully I can do another one of these videos in the near future, because I do have a bunch of knives on my list that I want to buy. So hopefully I'll be doing another one of these soon for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like or comment. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I do have stickers available. Message me on Instagram. I have some stickers available. I will be getting a new set here soon. I have a bunch of these. I have this many of this style, and I might have actually a little more somewhere here hidden around here. So if you would like some stickers, they're one for $3 or two for $5. That includes mailing and shipping and everything. I mean, I'd mail it in an envelope, but if you like stickers, message me on Instagram. Hit me up with your address and how many you'd like. And that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.